Did you ever stop and think what would you do if you had a heart attack while completely alone? No family.
No neighbors close by.
Just you, your home, and seconds to decide. It's a terrifying thought for many, especially older adults who live independently. But here's the truth. When a heart attack strikes, every single second matters. If no one is around, what you do in those first few moments could mean the difference between life and death. Now, I'm not here to scare you.
I'm here to prepare you.
In fact, after watching this, you'll have 5 clear, practical, and life-saving steps you can use if you ever face this situation. And they're so simple, you could remember them even in a moment of panic. You don't need to be a medical professional, an athlete, or even particularly strong. You just need to know what to do, and to act fast. If you're between 65 and 80, live alone, or even just spend hours alone while your spouse or family is out, this could be one of the most important videos you'll watch this year. Stick with me until the very end, because the last tip is something almost nobody talks about, but it might just give you the extra minutes you need to survive. Let's begin. A lot of people think a heart attack begins with the kind of dramatic chest-clutching pain you see in the movies. But the truth is, for many older adults, it starts quietly. Sometimes, it's so subtle, you might ignore it entirely. The most common first sign? A feeling of pressure or heaviness in your chest.
Not stabbing pain. Not burning fear.
Just a squeezing discomfort, almost like someone is pressing down on you with a heavy book.
You might feel
shortness of breath, cold sweats, nausea, pain in the arm, jaw, or back.
Or even extreme fatigue out of nowhere.
Here's the problem. As we age, we start to live with a variety of aches and pains.
A stiff shoulder. A sore back. Some indigestion.
That's why so many seniors think, it's nothing. I'll lie down, and it will pass. That's the worst choice you can make. Lying flat actually makes circulation harder, putting even more stress on your heart. And with every passing minute, the damage builds. Let me share a real story. George, a 74-year-old retiree, felt pain in his jaw one afternoon. He thought it was dental pain and decided to take a nap. 2 hours later, a neighbor came by to drop off some mail, and found him barely conscious. The doctors said if his neighbor had been 15 minutes later, George wouldn't have made it.
That's the lesson?
When in doubt, assume it's serious. You can always be wrong in the safe direction. If you feel chest pressure, dizziness, or a sudden shortness of breath, sit down in an upright position, breathe slowly and deeply, and move on to the next steps.
Your body will want to panic.
But your job is to take control, even if your heart feels out of control. This one surprises a lot of people. Coughing, deep, strong, repeated coughing, can help you stay alive in the first moments of a heart attack. We're not talking about a polite little cough into your hand. We mean a forceful cough, like you're trying to clear something big from your lungs. Why? Because during a heart attack, your heart's rhythm may suddenly change. It might slow down, beat irregularly, or even pause. That's what causes people to suddenly collapse. Every time you cough hard, you squeeze your chest muscles, which pushes blood through the heart and to your brain. In other words, it's like giving your heart a temporary manual pump. Now, let's be clear, this won't stop the heart attack. But it can buy you precious seconds to call for help or unlock the door before you collapse. Linda, a 68-year-old widow, once felt lightheaded and sweaty in the middle of the night. She remembered a tip from a senior health class. If you feel faint and suspect a heart attack, cough hard, every 2 seconds. She did, and stayed conscious long enough to call 911 and unlock her front door. The paramedics said that coughing may have kept enough oxygen in her brain to save her life. So here's your takeaway. If you suddenly feel faint, dizzy, or your chest tightens, start coughing deeply every 2 seconds until help arrives or you feel stable enough to move. This step is so simple, yet so often forgotten. If you suspect you're having a heart attack, unlock your front door immediately. Why? Because if paramedics arrive and your door is locked, they have to break in, and that can waste 2 to 3 minutes. In a heart attack, that delay could be fatal. Preparation matters too. If you live alone, Keep a spare key in a lockbox outside with a code you can give to a trusted neighbor or relative. If you have a smart lock, make sure at least one person can open it remotely. Think of it as part of your emergency checklist. Call 911. Cough if you feel faint.
Unlock the door.
If your doctor has told you it's safe, keep a plain, uncoated 325 milligrams aspirin somewhere you can reach quickly. In your nightstand, your wallet, or taped under your coffee table. If you feel chest pain, chew it.
Don't swallow whole.
Chewing gets it into your bloodstream faster, helping slow clotting and keeping blood moving through your heart. Ellen, 76, kept one taped to her fridge. When she felt that heavy pressure one morning, she called 911, chewed the aspirin, and waited upright. Doctors later told her she likely avoided severe damage because she acted so quickly. When your body is under heart attack stress, every bit of oxygen counts. Tight collars, belts, or waistbands make it harder to breathe deeply. Loosen anything restrictive, collars, ties, belts, and sit upright with your shoulders relaxed. It sounds too simple to matter, but opening up your chest makes breathing easier and can help calm your panic. Roy, an 81-year-old veteran, once did just this while waiting for paramedics. He later said it felt like taking a brick off my chest.
You now have a survival plan for one of the scariest situations imaginable.
Recognize the first sign. Cough to keep blood flowing.
Unlock the door. Chew aspirin.
Loosen clothing. Preparation isn't paranoia, it's wisdom. Practice these steps in your mind now, so they're second nature later. Share them with friends and family. Because one day, hopefully far in the future, this knowledge could give you not just minutes, but years of extra life.